It's possible that you've heard of the race that gaming corporations frequently enter. Yes. The goal is to develop elements that can be incorporated into the metaverse at some point in the future. Despite the fact that it seems strange at first, it is becoming clearer by the second. Gaming in virtual reality has the potential to entirely supplant traditional computer and console video games over the next several years. In this video, we will discuss the top 10 Metaverse games. But before we start our video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well. So, let's get started. 1. Sandbox. Sandbox was initially made accessible as a mobile game for smartphones in the year 2012 by the co-founders of PixelOwl, Arthur Madrid, and Sébastien Bourget, both of whom are from France. It's just another user-generated infrastructure where people may change the appearance of their identities so that they look like blocks, use metaverse blockchain technology and smart contracts to protect the material they post, and modify their identities to look whatever they like. The majority of the sandbox consists of 3 distinct items. Avatars, automobiles, plants, animals, and tools, amongst other things, can all be designed with the help of the 3D modeling program VoxEdit. Players are able to export their creations to the global market, which is the secondary offering that Sandbox has to offer, so that they can sell them there. The final product, known as Game Maker, gives its customers the ability to develop 3D video games without requiring them to write even a single line of code. The basic form of currency in the sandbox is referred to as sand. Players have the ability to select properties, which are groups of territories, from the world map of the sandbox, which they may then buy and sell. Players also have the option to sell their assets on the OpenSea NFT market, which is another option available to them. 2. Decentraland. In the early 2020s, Argentine partners Ari Malik and Esteban Ordino brought Decentraland to the attention of the general public for the first time. A user can spend Mana Cash to create identities, purchase items, and buy a spot in this virtual environment. There are more than 90,000 land pieces available for purchase. A landlord has the ability to rent out whatever is located on any lot, which is equal to 16 digital square meters. This includes homes, restaurants, playgrounds, theaters, casinos, and any other constructions. In addition to this, players have the opportunity to earn money by organizing a concert, which may include the sale of various items, as well as an event at which virtual artwork will be auctioned off. MetaMask is among the most widely used digital monetary systems, and its users frequent each of these websites. 3. Axie Infinity. Sky Mavis is the founder of the Vietnamese company Axie Infinity, which was established in 2018. Within the same digital game with a visual style reminiscent of Pokémon, players have the opportunity to breed, care for, collect, and trade fictitious animals known as Axies. Each monster has approximately 500 body components that can be swapped out for one another. The characteristics and abilities that are displayed by Axies' offspring vary according to each individual child's genetic makeup. Axies can choose to obtain rewards either by engaging in combat with other Axies or by participating in bounty hunts. In order to provide a home for the Axies, players have the ability to purchase land and construct houses utilizing the resources provided by the system. Non-fungible tokens, also known as NFTs, are virtual holding licenses that are managed via the use of blockchain technology. The simulated creatures and other goods found within this game each have a value that can be exchanged for NFTs. Finding academics or other persons to whom they can lend 3 of their axes is another way that players might find tokens to use in their game. 4. Chain of Alliance. Chain of Alliance is just another role-playing medieval video game with customizable characters and an NFT rating. It was initially launched in the year 2020. Every round, a total of no more than 8 figures from a player's squad can be brought into battle. Players should select the best players and then ensure that they have the resources necessary to maximize their chances of winning. 5. My Neighbor Alice. Within the context of the cooperative construction video game My Neighbor Alice, players have the option to purchase and look after virtual sites that Alice tends to as well as farming fields. Similar to Farmville, players have the ability to choose the items to produce, the livestock to hatch, and the method by which they wish to connect with a large number of other people. Users can also sell the honey that they produce from their honeybee farms and beehives as an additional source of revenue. Honeybee farms and beehives are both available to users. My Neighbor Alice NFTs, which can include vegetation, fauna, dwellings, clothing, ornaments, and a great deal more, can be traded on the Alice market in addition to other blockchains. These NFTs can represent anything from plants to animals to houses to clothing to ornaments. 6. Illuvium. Illuvium is a relatively newly released video game title that is being marketed as a real AAA, 3D blockchain, and as a result, it has caused a significant amount of discussion in the industry that is concerned with video games. Exploring a bizarre universe allows players in this game to search for Illuvial, which are legendary monsters of unknown origin. One can either cure them or catch them with fragments. Both options are available. After that, players could use these species to their advantage in battle against more than 100 additional creatures as well as other players. Illuvial non-fictional tomes are also able to be bought and sold. Their worth rises in proportion to both their power and their scarcity. If a player has 3 of the same Illuvial, and each of those Illuvial has reached its highest rank throughout the battle, then that player has the ability to merge or integrate those Illuvial into a single new entity to boost the potential of all of their Illuvial. Within the Illuvium habitat, players have the ability to collect their armor and weapons. After completing tasks and quests, players can earn rewards in the form of the Illuvium cryptocurrency, abbreviated as ILV. On the other hand, players have the ability to trade ILV on the Illuvidex. 7. Farmer's World. In Farmer's World, which will be released in 2021, each player has the opportunity to buy land, mine for gold, grow crops, tend to animals and fish, and construct huts for player-owned farm animals. Atomic Hub has a store where you may purchase various items. Eggs and milk are examples of non-fungible tokens that can be produced by gamers on their virtual real estate and are included in the list of NFTs. The harvested crop can be bought or sold by players to any other players in the game. In addition to defending their farm against wild woodland creatures and other players who might try to steal the resources, players now have the responsibility of defending their farm from any and all other potential invaders. 8. Prospectors. According to the developers of the game, The Prospectors is a multiplayer video game that focuses on economic strategy and transports players to the wild frontier of the 18th century. The player's goal is to amass a sufficient amount of gold so that they may trade it in for Prospector's Gold, the game's equivalent of currency. Users begin the journey with 3 workers that they can use to operate for themselves or other people. These workers can also be used to operate for other people. To begin, the workers can provide assistance to players as they construct a mine and get the digging process started. Mining can be done on the land for free, but if you want to construct anything on it, you will need to rent it first. Because the rent was not paid, access to the property will be prohibited, and all of the belongings that are related with it will be put up for auction. 9. Alien Worlds. Alien Worlds will be released in 2020, and players will take on the role of a space explorer who must travel across 6 different worlds in order to mine the in-game commodity known as Trillium. On a planet, a person's voting rights are proportional to the quantity of TLM they control, and each world has its own democratically chosen chief executive officer. Users begin with shovels, but if they desire additional TLM and more powerful mining equipment, it is best to acquire their site or pay a landlord to begin mining as soon as possible. In addition to gaining tokens through fighting with other players, players can also acquire tokens through mining-related activities. 10. Christopia. In the role-playing video game Christopia, players take on the role of Commander Nova Dune, a space explorer who, after receiving a peculiar distress signal from the planet Christopia, sets out to investigate the source of the signal. Those who are interested in solving riddles or mazes would most likely enjoy playing this game. Its inhabitants would run into Nova and her alien friend Scry, and the 3 of them would take part in puzzles and challenges similar to those found in escape rooms. So, these are the top 10 Metaverse games. If you like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel for more top 10 informative videos. Press the bell icon for latest updates. Thanks for watching.